Welcome to the David Bradley Show with your host, David Bradley.
Okay, y'all. You prayed all summer for it. You hoped for it. You dreamed about it. And now it's here. The winter, the fall, the cold, and my freaking heating unit went out in the house. Go figure. It's the little things, folks, that kind of stick it to you every now and then. You got to watch out for these things because it's a little bit of a madness and craziness and all that other good stuff. So anyway, we're going to sit here with our warm clothes on and talk to Miss Melanie Dyer. Hi, girl. How you doing?
I am good, and I'm not cold at all, and I'm from Australia.
That's what's weird, because I was sitting there thinking, what's the coolest temperature you ever had over there?
Well, we do degrees Celsius. So I would say where I grew up, it got cold. I would say maybe -3 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that conversion is.
I have no clue. I mean, I'm just like...
No idea.
I don't know.
Well, you're like, I can do the hot because I've been working the aircon. I'm like, when it's about 68 on the aircon, it's like quite like pleasant, right?
Right.
That's pretty good. That's probably about the equivalent of 20?
I don't know.
What have we got? 30 difference of that? I don't know. Maybe it'd be like the equivalent of your... What's your cold? What's your cold in Fahrenheit?
Well, see, that's where I'm different from a lot of people.
Okay.
A lot of people love the temperature 68, which is regular Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
68.
that's what I just said. Yep.
At 68, I'm cold.
Okay.
But when it's like 90, 100 degrees outside, I'm good. I'm out running around doing what I got to do. It's not that hot to me.
Interesting.
But everybody else is like blasting the air conditioner and all this other stuff at 68 degrees.
That's a big difference that I've noticed in America is you guys do love we call it aircon. We say blasting the aircon. But everywhere I go, it's like full blasted Arctic, temperatures with the air conditioning. Yeah, I do find it quite cold a lot of the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's strange.
Yeah.
Unless you're at CMA Fest, where me and you actually met. There was times we were up there and I was just like, damn, dude, somebody turned the air down or something.
It was icebox up there. I remember going up there because obviously it's so hot outside, and then you get in there and we're in like, stage outfits or whatever, shorts, like barely anything. And you walk into the media area and it's freezing. Mm-hmm. You need a puffer jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you would have been up there all day. So you would have needed to defrost at the end of the day.
No, I got hot up there because we were busy the whole freaking time.
True.
Because we had wonderful artists like you coming in and it was just like one right after another, boom, 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 and it was crazy, man. It was just nuts. Yeah,
that was wild. It was,
And you had just moved to Nashville when that happened.
Yeah. That's a blur of a week.
I can imagine. So how you been liking it?
I love it. I mean, I've been coming here for 7 years, I think was my first trip about, maybe it was actually 2016. So maybe longer than that then.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's nice to now have a home here and be able to settle into the actual lifestyle of it and live the life that, Nashvillians, I don't know what you call you guys, but the life that you guys live. Because as an Australian coming over, I'd be here for like maybe 4 to 6 weeks at a time, and you would just go crazy and book like 3 sessions back to back every day and gigs and writers rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Like doing all these pop-ups and all the touristy things as well because you want to kind of get to see everything.
Oh, yeah.
So now living here, it's really good. I've found my groove. I'm like settled in and I've been kind of living more the lifestyle, which is nice. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're actually coming into that dream that you've always wanted. You visited and you crammed as much stuff in as you could while you were here. But now you don't have to cram. You just come and live it and have fun with it. It's a whole lot better, I think.
I mean, mind you, I'm still cramming. It's hard. It's hard not to do it all in Nashville because there's so much to do.
Yeah.
You know, before you know it, you've done 6 gigs a week and gone out and seen 4 gigs and done, 10 writing sessions, and you're exhausted, but you just do it.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of this city is there's always something to do, always someone to see. I'm just soaking it up. The other night I saw Keith Urban's final concert at Bridgestone Arena of his latest tour, and that to me is like, that's dreams, because he's Australian. I mean, he was born in New Zealand technically, but we claim him, and just to kind of see somebody who's done it, that's been on the same path as me in a lot of similar ways. Back in Australia, we did the same circuits, same sort of competitions or talent quests in the same industry, played the same venues, and then to kind of see him play Bridgestone the other night, I was like, wow, this is on my vision board. This is like, it's possible. You know?
Yeah. Well, this brings up something that I was just came to me. When Keith started out, I kind of noticed a lot of other Australian singers were kind of following. Before Keith, you didn't have that many.
No, he was the start of it. He was the start of this whole Nashville thing.
And because I know you've won awards over in Australia and stuff like that. But the question I was going to ask you, though, is have you won some or the same type awards that Keith had won?
So he did this talent quest called the Star Maker, and he won that. I never did that competition. I kind of did a different path, but it somewhat involves Keith Urban. Instead of going, there's kind of 2 paths in Australia. You either do this talent quest in country music,
right?
Or you can kind of go the Voice or X Factor or whatever. And I was 18 and I actually did the very first season of The Voice in Australia.
Sweet.
And Keith Urban was a coach. So that's kind of my little path that kind of crosses with him. But in terms of, talent quests and things, like little starter ones when he was young, I've done the same ones and won the same ones. So
that's awesome.
And festivals that he started at, I've played a lot of the same festivals and venues. So, and it's just crazy that Australians do, have Keith as an example of what you can achieve. So, obviously we all kind of go, well, why don't we try Nashville? Like, he made it work. And he's insane. Watching him the other night, he's incredibly talented. His ability to captivate an audience from start to finish and shred a guitar. Like, obviously I can't shred a guitar. I mean, I could try, but I got a long way to go to get to his level.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's that's one thing that I love because he really opened up to me. He really opened up a lot of people that had that dream, and for people that's never been to Australia, I've never been to Australia, but from what I understand from talking to so many people from Australia, there's vast countryside in between towns. And
yes,
it's like, okay, I got to play a show over at this town and it's 4-hour drive to that town, and it is amazing over there because from what I understand, a lot of the cities are right on the coastline. Mm-hmm. And then you get to the outback and there's nothing. Yeah.
You've just nailed it. Yeah. So if you want to tour in Australia, it's quite difficult because it's expensive if you want to, drive. Tour buses aren't really a thing. You know how they're so big over in America, everyone's on a bus. That's like rare because if you're going to get on a bus and do a tour, you're traveling like 10 hours a day to get to the next town because there aren't enough people like to cover those areas. If you're going to do a show, say in my hometown, there'll be people that are traveling 3 hours to get to that gig.
That's wild.
And then you've covered that area. So then you have to travel like at least 5 hours from there to get a new audience.
Wow.
And it's hard. It's difficult. If you want to get there, on time, do a show the next day, 3 in a row, you have to fly, right?
Yeah.
Traveling with all that gear and regional flights are so expensive. Like it's just logistically quite difficult to tour in Australia.
Yeah, which if you live in Nashville, then you've got all these little sub-cities all the way around.
Yeah.
And you could literally, for a month straight, hit all of them and go around,
Yeah. I love that about this place. I haven't gotten there yet. I've been here 6 months, but my goal would be to get out to those towns and play shows and get out on the road and hopefully, open for some bigger artists and get to experience the like tour bus life and see what that's all about, because it's so fascinating to someone like me from Australia.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like it would be exhausting, but like so fun.
Yeah, you got definitely exhausting.
I'm sure
Definitely.
the novelty would wear off, like sleeping on a bus, but you got to do it.
Yeah. The worst part about being on the bus and touring, especially if it's not your artist bus, you still got 7 other people that are in the bunks right there next to you, and it can get nerve-wracking sometimes.
And I imagine if somebody snores, they'd be like, evicted. They'd be shunned for that.
Only thing I can tell you is take some gaff tape with you.
Gaff tape. It's a bit intense.
As soon as somebody starts snoring, just listen to who it is, barely open the curtain, put it over their mouth, and go back to bed.
Right, okay. Good hack. Speaking of buses, I went to Dollywood for the first time the other day, like a couple of days ago.
Oh, awesome. I've never been.
Oh, my gosh, you have to go. Like, it was insane. I was blown away. The museums and the, all of her outfits and the coat of many colours, the original coat. But her tour bus was there. And I did a little walk through and, that's when you've made it. You've got the suite at the back with the big bed and like the bougie. But yeah, so cool. But yeah, everyone else gets like the musos get the little stack of like bunks.
Yeah.
They're like about as big as a coffin.
They're not that big at all.
They're so tiny.
I was shocked. I seen on the inside of a tour bus, there was 8 bunks, but I was blown away because each one of the bunks, and I'd never seen this before, but each one of the bunks had like a flip down DVD player where you could lay in your bunk and watch a movie.
Great.
And I was like, man, that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
Fall asleep with a movie on.
Yeah. I mean, you'd want a distraction for sure.
Yeah.
From all the snoring.
Definitely. And whatever noise is going on up front, whatever's in the back,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because on those regular buses, that back part is actually one big lounge area. Whereas if you're on an artist bus, then that's their bedroom.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Dolly's bus had both. It was her bedroom at the back and her own bathroom, and then there was like the communal bathroom, the bunks you walk through, and then the front of the bus had like a lounge area. It's crazy. You could live on there. The house that I'm currently in is not much bigger than a bus.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do to chase your dream,
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's amazing the things that, people do and go through, because Nashville's not cheap.
No. Especially when you're converting from Australian. I'll add that in.
Yeah.
We lose half our money, basically.
That is screwed up.
Well, 40%. But yeah, it's you come over with, whatever savings you've got, which is not much as a musician, as you can imagine, and you lose most of it.
That ain't right. I don't think that's right.
But it's motivating, I'll tell you that much, because, you've got to get out there and make it happen. There's no, like, resting on your laurels. You just have to get out and make money and try and make it work. There's a lot, the stakes are high, so.
Yeah, it really is.
Good motivator.
Well, I mean, one of the things that I applauded a lot of artists for is they've actually went through some kind of little bit of a training of themselves, or whether they went to college for it or something like that, just to learn some of the stuff on the music business side, and if you're like me, I went through school of hard knocks. So it was like, I knew I had this. Where'd it go? You know?
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh, crap, I bought equipment.
Yeah, that happens. Yep, exactly.
It gets nuts how all that happens.
Yeah. You've got to invest in that, though, because that's it's a tool of the trade. You know, it's like buying a guitar. You need to have a good guitar to get out and write songs and play gigs and rely on it, you know. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of like if you're a mechanic. You got to go buy tools. You got to go toolbox to carry all that stuff.
Exactly.
You know, you get a guitar. I mean, hell, you got strings, you got picks, you got all this other stuff you got to do. And it's just, there's a lot of money that goes into it. And a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. You know, you do spend a lot to do this job. You know, one day, hopefully, if you make it past that threshold, you finally make some money back. But it's a big investment for most of it, if not all of your attempted career or whatever, however far you get. It's constant reinvestment. You know,
yeah.
I've never bought a house. I've just reinvested into making albums or, you know, recording costs or getting my band, you know, flights to this gig in the middle of nowhere in Australia to play in the desert. You know, it's like, yeah, that's what you do though. If that's what you love.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've gotten where I tell a lot of people, don't do it for the money. Do it because you love it, because it's in your heart. It's in your soul. Yeah. And the money will come.
Yeah. I mean, we're all a little bit delusional, but that's fine. You got to be a little bit crazy to do it, but.
Well, I mean, you know, a lot of people, and this is what I hate, because you see a lot of people that they think they're going to do this and they're going to establish this and they're going to do this, but they don't have any sense of timeline. Mm. And it's like, dude, what you're trying to do, you're looking at maybe 5-6 years. Yeah. But then in their head, it's like 2 months, and they're going to be a superstar. And it don't happen that way.
I mean, now more than ever, there's that slim chance that could happen because of social media and viral TikToks and things like that. It's almost like it's possible, I guess, very rare, but doesn't mean you're going to be a career artist and stick around. I don't know. It's more like
one-hit wonders.
Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of that to come out of social media. But then it's also this great opportunity for existing artists that have been around for 10 years trying to make it happen to then finally reach that audience. And it's distinguishing the difference between a career artist and the one that's just kind of come out of the bedroom. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard thing to grasp, but yeah, it's kind of possible now, I guess.
Well, the hard part is getting that artist out of the freaking bedroom. Yeah. Because they set up and they've got their microphone and everything else and they're doing their TikTok music, and then you've got the integration of the AI stuff, which drives me nuts.
That's a whole other beast.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Yeah. Are we even real?
Should we go hunting? Let's go after the beast of AI.
I don't know if I can go down that road. Like.
Probably get our ass whooped, but anyway.
It's wild, but same thing. It could be equally beneficial as it could be detrimental, you know, and.
Well, I think
that's how you use it.
I think the whole AI thing is, in the music industry alone, is really a double-edged sword.
It is. Like anything.
Yeah. I mean, finding a manager in this town is a double-edged sword, you know.
If there's one out there.
You never know.
Well, I feel like we probably had maybe not as intense maybe fears or like anxiety about going into this world of AI. But back in the day when we switched over to social media and Facebook and Instagram became a thing, we had those same sort of, you know, we worried, I guess, about what that would do for music and whatever. But that's created a whole other world for people like in having careers online. And like it's created a lot of jobs in a sense as well.
Oh, yeah.
So there's always good with it, but it's just how we navigate it and how you use it. I think the scariest part with AI is for creatives is when it takes over like songwriting, producing, it takes the job of musicians, it takes the job of, real art being made. But I think that's then only going to springboard into people craving real live shows, and then that could boost touring. So, I mean, it's...
Well, I mean, that's what I find weird, because you seen how weird CMA Fest was this year. I mean, it was just like super freaking packed.
Yeah, it was busy.
I mean, I was even making jokes about the PR people and the artists that were coming into my show. Y'all needed roller skates, dude. I mean, y'all were flying around like crazy.
That's a good idea.
I'd have somebody going by and they're like, "Hey, see you in about 5 minutes." Okay, what? Huh? And then the next thing you know, they're back, and I'm just like, dude, I just seen you. I mean, it was crazy. But
yeah, you got to be everywhere. The thing is you do have to be everywhere now.
Well, I mean, depending on what stage you played at CMA Fest, just to get from the press rooms down to that stage was a task because of all the people.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a lot of people that were leaving my show and then going downstairs and doing their meet and greet and stuff.
Yep.
So, I mean, that was it was closer, but you still had to go down the floor and do this and do that. And it was just nuts how everything was going on.
Yeah, and then add some, cowboy boots with heels into that. you got some sore feet at the end. I don't know. It'd be interesting to go back through my phone and work out how many steps I did during CMA.
Oh, God, yes.
Because I reckon I probably did at least 20,000 a day.
Yeah.
For 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
It's like going to Disneyland.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. I mean, it was just like, because, I mean, we parked, got all the gear and everything out of the trunk of the car. We're taking it upstairs. We're setting up and tearing down every day, doing the same thing. And then having all the artists and the PR people and everything else coming in and out. And I'm just like, I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
By day 4. And my heart went out to y'all because I was in one location.
Yeah.
Just one location.
With the aircon.
And y'all were running around like crazy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, it was nuts out there.
It's so good though. Like it's hard to explain how, I mean, I don't think artists could do this without adrenaline.
Yeah.
Like adrenaline is like the drug, the natural drug that keeps you going. It's like, it's funny what you can do with adrenaline in your system, but I think a couple of years ago when I played my first CMA, I think it was 2023, I was on day 4. So I performed on the last day of the festival.
Yeah.
And this year I performed on the first day of the festival.
Wow.
And the difference in my energy that I was able to give and like how much I had left in me was like, it was incredibly different. It was so hard to do day 4 because you'd done 4 days already of like running around doing media meet and greets, like seeing gigs. Like I'm such a fan, so I wanted to see everything. And especially back then I didn't live here. So I was going to the stadium every night. I was going to every show and I was out all day. So by the 4th day, it was crazy. But that, just a quick little detour, that first year that I played, we don't get tornadoes in Australia. That's not a thing. So the 4th day of CMA Fest 2 years ago, when I was about to perform, that morning they had a tornado watch. Yeah. And it was kind of getting like a little bit dicey. And obviously the festival, like you've got to shut things down. If that's, but it ended up turning into a warning, I'm pretty sure, that year. And I was the last gig to play. I'd just done my gig and then they shut down every single stage for the rest of the night. And I think they maybe reopened it at like 9:00 for the stadium. But so many artists missed out. And I was all the way from Australia and I was like, oh my gosh, I've waited. It's day 4. Am I going to get to play my first ever CMA Fest? And I did, but I felt for everybody who didn't get to play after that because the weather can change like crazy over here.
Yeah, because we actually had torn down, got everything loaded in the car and everything, and kind of noticed the wind had picked up a little bit, you know, and everything else. And by the time we got out of the garage and got maybe 2 red lights down, it opened up one hell of a damn storm.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And I felt so bad because I knew there was artists still waiting to be on shows. And then they had the Bridgestone Arena show and it got delayed. But, I mean, you got to do that in those type situations because...
safety for sure.
The stage is put together good, but that sucker will blow down.
I wouldn't go up against it, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, wind is crazy. That was always during all the years that I did sound and lights and stuff, that was my biggest enemy was wind.
Yeah, nobody likes the wind. Nobody goes out in the wind and goes, I feel awesome. It's like, this is annoying. Go away, wind.
Well, it depends on how drunk you are at the time.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There's actually no wind. You're just spinning. Your head's just spinning.
Yeah, because I've seen people drunk in the rain singing the happiest freaking song and twirling around, and I'm just like...
Rain's fine. Rain we can do.
Rain is fun.
Wind, not so much.
Yeah.
Day one, when we actually moved to Nashville 6 months ago, they had that massive string of warnings in a row. Yeah. That was my first night in Nashville. First night. So here's me trying to beat jet lag and sink into the time zone because that's a beast in itself. If you've done that trek from Australia to America, you understand. But it's sinking in and the jet lag, trying to beat that is really difficult. So I'm like out to the world and then phones are going off, sirens are going off. We get up and we're staying at friends' houses and the news is on and I'm like, what is going on? And yeah, we had to take shelter and I was like, again, adrenaline gets you through. But I feel like that actually reset my system and then all of a sudden I had no jet lag. I was like in sync.
Well, that's good.
Which is good. So that's all I needed.
Well, I mean, it's what, 20 something hour from Australia to here?
Yeah, if you go Dallas, it's a 17-hour straight flight and then the other hour and a half, I think. But the problem is you go back in time. So from Australia to Nashville, you go back in time. So, and then when you go Nashville to Australia, you lose time. So you go forward.
See, that whole song "Back in Time" just popped in my head. We're gonna go back in time.
It's a thing. Worth it though. If you can get to Australia one day, I'm sure they'd love to have you down there. You should go.
Well, I've just come back from Florida.
Nice.
I went down there and hung out in St. Augustine with the girlfriend and come back and there's that time change.
What's that, like a couple hours?
Well, she's actually an hour down there in St. Augustine. It's 1 hour ahead from here.
Yeah.
So I went ahead in time going down there.
Yeah.
And then I was going back in time when I come back.
Yeah.
Because I was like, my flight leaves at 2 and I get to Nashville at 3. But when I was going down there, I left at 7 and got down there at 10. And I'm like,
yeah, try that. Try that with a 15-hour time difference. It's a head spin, I tell you. Yeah, it makes it hard to check back in with home.
Yeah.
Because everyone's on different times, and I'll be like, I can finally call my family, and they're asleep.
Yeah.
It's 3 a.m.
They're done.
Oh, anyway, they're the little things,
That's cool. So, what do they think about your move to Nashville and everything?
They're not surprised. They've always been really supportive.
That's good. You got to have a good support system.
I really do. I'm really lucky. They're not musical at all. Like but they understand what I've gone through to and what I've put in and
right.
how much they've sacrificed as well. My mum, when I was young, used to drive me hours away to go to certain gigs or, to record and they've put in, they've always been supportive of me. And, they've always known that I was going to probably be the black sheep of the family and go and, you know, venture off. And I'm definitely very different. I've got two sisters and they're both very much homebodies, like just kind of, you know, they've got families, normal kind of lives and they're all in the hometown that I grew up in still. So it's kind of like I have a bit of FOMO. I miss the family and I miss all the things that they're doing together, but I've kind of always been gone. Like since I was 18, I moved out.
Yeah.
I moved to the city and been chasing this for a long time. You know, I may as well have been in another country. It was 8 hours away from home, so I didn't get back much. But
well, I like to think that, you know, I don't have brothers or sisters, so, but I would like to think that if I had done exactly what you've done and everything, they were quietly every now and then, hey, did you see what my sister did? You know, that's cool as all get out, you know, and be like really, really proud of the success that you're achieving, the things that you're going for, the things that you're doing. You may be the black sheep, but you might be the most talked about black sheep.
Yeah.
Because in America, if you're the black sheep, you kind of get, nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to deal with you, you know, and just, it's crazy over here.
Yeah, I guess black sheep is kind of like the rogue one. Probably it's more of a negative thing, but I say black sheep because I grew up on a sheep farm. So I'm like literally the random sheep that just got out of the yards and ran.
the troublemaker.
Oh yeah, well, not trouble, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, my sisters they are proud in their own way, and they share little things and whatever. But they're also not. It's funny. I've done this big thing and moved to another country, but it's kind of just, it was kind of just expected. Like it's not been a massive thing. Like
right.
I haven't noticed a massive difference from living in like Sydney to living here in terms of how much, you know, I'm talking to the family and stuff. 'Cause I've always kind of been, you know, away doing things, but yeah, I'm super lucky, to have such a supportive family, and moving over here has really inspired me to like reflect on that and really like look closer into that, like to dig deeper and write music about that, because I feel like I haven't yet sort of written that personal side of my life into music. So I'm just finished recording an album that'll be out next year that is all about my life growing up, you know, on a farm in Australia and the dreams I've had and moving away and the sacrifices of my family and my dad being a farmer with 3 daughters and like, you know, things like that. So it's been a really, really beautiful project to make. Very, you know, a lot of emotions to process.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's all good.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
And you got that new single you just dropped.
Yeah, we got Homemade is the first one that's off this album that's coming. So yeah, again, it's the theme is all about, you know, celebrating where I come from and how I was raised and the people that raised me, my family. So yeah, Homemade is out, and that one's very much like a up-tempo celebration of that. And then we go a little deeper in the album into some of the more personal stuff. But it's good. It's like an anthem for anyone, though, I feel like.
Yeah.
Whether you've stayed at home and chased your dream at home, because, you know, some people, that's what they want. They're lucky because they're like, no, I want to live here and I want to build this house and I want to raise my family, and home is this.
Yeah.
And that the song can celebrate that, or it can be for the people that have had to sacrifice, you know, moving away to chase a dream or whatever it is. And this song will kind of just give them that little push to keep going because it's worth it, and that the people back home are proud. You're doing them proud. So
yeah, because my dream is a 1-level house.
Yeah, very important. No one wants stairs.
I hate stairs.
I hate stairs.
I could just see me as like 85, 90 years old having to get on one of those little seating elevator things up and down the stairs and stuff. Nah.
Could be fun though. You might be like, well, this is a bit of joy.
You know.
Be like a theme park.
You never know. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, wee.
Raise your hands up.
I'm sure it's not though. If you need that, you're not in a good position. So that's not good. But
I'm just, I don't know. I just like the one level. Mm-hmm. And I would love to be able to just, like in the morning, you know, you hear stories of people that have their morning coffee while they're looking over the lanai or something, you know, And my thing is, let me get my orange juice and go sit by the pool.
Nice.
I would love to be able to walk outside and have an in-ground pool.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't want to take care of it, and I don't want to do a lot of that
So you
other
need
stuff.
a pool person too.
Pool boy or whatever. I don't care. And just go out there and sit and just relax
Sounds
and
good.
start my day, you know.
That's a pretty good. That's a good dream. I feel like that just took me back to my upbringing. Really, we had this front porch, and our front yard was a paddock. Like you know, and through the seasons, the different crops that were growing would be different colors, and and the animals, the sheep or the dogs running around, and we'd sit out there and have a cup of tea and just have a chat and sit in the sun. And it's it's a good dream. I mean,
see, that's where I think a lot of people are they're not familiar with, and it's something that I love doing, is just sitting on the front porch and looking at nature and everything that goes on, you know, and it's just, it kind of grounds you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. And I don't think enough people do that.
No, I think we live lives that don't allow us to do that enough.
Yeah.
And now you've got to schedule it in. Like it's a necessity. I've loved watching the squirrels. That's something that's new for me.
Yeah.
We've just got squirrels in the front yard.
Well, if you lived in Hendersonville, you would be like totally blown away, because when we get done with the show, I'll show you, because I can pretty much guarantee there's 4 or 5 deer in the backyard.
Oh, they're so cute.
And I know there's at least 8 little ornery squirrels running around this backyard.
So cool.
But to get up and go sit on the deck out back and just kind of relax, have a little sip of whatever I'm drinking in the morning, and just to see that, and it kind of grounds me for the day.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just the beauty of nature, man. I mean, so many people don't get to do that. I mean, hell, you look at Nashville, all those high rises and everything else downtown. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't see squirrels down there. You don't see deer down there.
No, you see a few other wild animals, but then
yeah, and some of
Coming
those
out of the
wild
bars.
animals you need to be away from. You know.
oh no, the squirrels are cute, but yeah, it's something about it. I think that watching an animal is kind of like, no matter how stressed you are about whatever you think is the biggest deal at the time, that you'll probably forget in a few days, to be honest. It's like you look at these little animals and like their biggest worry is getting that little nut, you know, that they can go and eat, or like, you know, I do fear for the ones though that are being chased by the local cat that is down on the bottom of our street. We've saved a few squirrels because they're like up shaking in their boots on the pole and this cat's trying to get them. So that's stressful. But most of the time watching animals is like, it's calming because you're like, well, it's simple, right? They don't have anything else to worry about. They're just surviving and getting some food, having a sleep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even though I was raised in down Nashville, Dad had friends, and one of his friends we actually rented a house from, and he had a farm. So Saturday and Sundays, where was my butt drug off to? Out in the woods on a farm. And, you know, you was helping with the cattle, you was helping with everything that was going on there. And one of the biggest reflections that I can look back on that warms my heart a lot is I remember when you was on the tractor and you was taking, whether it be a bale of hay or whatever out, you know, and dropping off for the cows and stuff. Just watching them for a minute, just stopping and watching them, you know, come across the field or they're grazing or whatever. And the simplicity of all that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I know we got a lot of stuff going on, and I know we got things that we got to do and all this other crap, but there's got to be a time that you just stop and just look around you and notice the beauty of it all.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, why else are you here? I mean, you're creating, songwriter, artist, you're writing music and you're performing music and you're doing all this stuff. And it's adding beauty to everything that you're creating.
Yeah.
But look at the heart of it all. You know, it's all about a simplicity of life.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's when you stop and notice those things that you do get inspired. You know,
Yeah.
He's going and rushing and stressing. It's the worst recipe for songwriting.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're busy and stressed out of your brain, like you're not creating, you don't have the space to think of ideas or be inspired. So yeah, that really is a great way to get inspired again. If you got like a, you know, songwriter block or whatever, just stop and smell the roses, so they say.
Yeah, there you go.
Or watch the squirrels.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
What's your ideal area? Like if you know you got a songwriter session that you want to do or anything, what do you like in that room where y'all sit down? Because I've heard a lot of different people say a lot of different things.
Yeah. It can change with the dynamics of the room, because sometimes you get into a room and there's another one of you that does the same sort of thing. So you've got to pivot. I think I can be an all-rounder in terms of I do have a strong sense of melodies. You know, I'll know what I want with melodies. They come to me quite easily. Lyrically, I'd say I'm more, you know, I'll come in with a concept, but then maybe try and find a new way to say it or edit, like sit there and kind of listen to what's going on in the room and think like, how can we kind of refine it or edit it? So I'm kind of doing a bit of that. Some people get in there and they're just like spitting out all these words and everything that's on their mind and like share without any restraint. And I think that I probably fall into more the like structure.
Yeah.
Like almost like the building block person and the melodic person to go, okay, how does this song, where does the hook land? Like what's going to draw the person in? Like what's going to make this memorable? Or, you know, how do we twist the hook to make it sound
because I've heard
fresh?
I've heard there's some artists, the songwriters, that actually they'll count the words.
Oh, well.
You know, so they can lay it out.
Yeah.
They'll count them out.
Yeah, I'm not that mathematical, but it's a rhythm thing and a feeling thing. So I understand that there is like a certain cadence and like you've got to get the phrasing to match like for the ultimate hook. Like when you're a listener, you're not thinking that at all, but it is there. That does add up. Like you know, I'm not getting in there counting syllables, but I will read the measure of a phrase and be like, okay, does that fall in the same pattern? Does it fall in the same, you know, cadence? So I guess I do that, but not so much like, okay, this line has 8 words. We've got to get another 8 words. You know, it's more a syllable thing. Okay, we ended on a triple syllable. We need to get another triple syllable or like, you know, that kind of thing. It's kind of nerdy. I do like to get nerdy with it. Sometimes though, songs are completely just like some weird magic that's fallen into your lap and you don't have to go geeky on it at all. Yeah. It's not like this puzzle that you have to even unpack and put together again. It's just this magical thing that fell out. And I love those songs, but then I also equally love the ones where you go full nerd.
Man.
It's like cracking a code.
That honestly, that is a lot of the things that amazes me when songwriters get together and they start writing. Some are methodical, some are calculated, some are more winging it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I find all of it fascinating. It's just the whole songwriting process. Yeah. Really is a fascinating thing.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I don't know. I mean, you can learn it, I guess. People go to university and they do study songwriting. I've never been a person that's done that, but it's also sometimes just this magical little thing that pings down on you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I'm not like a hippy dippy person or whatever, but sometimes it is purely just a gift that is like given in a moment. You've got to be open to it though. You've got to be channeling it all the time, you know, and that's what I said before. If you're stressed and rushed and not in the zone, you're never going to be open for that little bit of magic to ping down on you to go, here's a song. And then some people practice it. Like in Nashville, it's a practice. It's every day. It's a discipline.
Right. Well, see, and I got a buddy of mine. I've known him since high school. And he's always messed with dirt bikes, but he was also messing with guitars, electric guitars, all kinds of stuff that he was into. And he was one of those guys. He was always had that eloquent way with words. I made a joke one day. I said, dude, you could cuss somebody out and they would never know it. You know, and that's just how he does, you know. And he's actually helped me write some stuff for the show, you know, the bio and all that other stuff. And he would be on the phone with me and I would tell him some stuff and he would be like, okay, I'll hit you back in a little bit. And I'm like, I'm thinking a little bit like a day, 2 days, something like that. And then 20 minutes later, he's sending over this crap that he wrote about me just from what I told him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap, man. What? Where did you come up with some of these words, dude? And all this stuff. And it was very nicely wrote. And he's a songwriter as well.
Yeah.
He's got over, I think, 100 songs that he's wrote.
Yeah.
And he just blows me away.
Yeah.
And if for anybody looking for him, his name is Coley Carr, Karr. He's a great individual, very, very eloquent in speech, and one hell of a human being. Mm-hmm. He's got to be one of the nicest guys you've ever met.
Oh, nice.
And
just got away with words.
There's his intellect's got to be like way up there past me. I mean, I'm just like,
oh, some people's brains, like if you could crack a brain open and study it, like
it just amazes me how they work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting in country music because you've got to find the balance between being clever with it lyrically, but also being palatable for the everyday person to digest it. Because it's not rocket science. Like country music is not rocket science, but there is a lot of intellect in actually crafting a song to sound simple, even though it's been one hell of a task to write. Like it's it's hard to write an simple song that the everyday person, you and I, can sit and digest easily and remember and feel. Like, I don't know, I think songwriters are brilliant. I'm constantly fascinated by songwriters, and I want to be here like in a room with people that are just pushing me to new levels and just I want to be the worst in the room, you know. I want to be constantly going, oh my God, how did they, like, what? Yeah. That's cool. They're cool. They're the coolest people, I think.
Yeah, because that's me and Jet Jurgensmeyer was actually talking, and my point that I made, which he had to stop and think, was the song that George Jones put out a long time ago, He Stopped Loving Her Today. And when you think about it, when that song came out and how big it got and everything else, nobody has even went anywhere close to the realm of that song. They haven't even attempted it.
I mean, it's perfect. Like,
Yeah, I
how
mean,
could you? Yeah.
give a spin-off or something, But you would figure somebody might try to make something kind of half-assed similar to it, But it's songs like those. You just, they're in their own field.
Oh, classics. Yeah. I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
To write those songs. And it's funny, I listen to like different podcasts and things as well, and songwriting ones, that interest me, and hearing, this one particular one talk about the songs that don't go number one are usually the songwriter's favorite songs.
Yeah.
The ones that don't even crack the top 50, like they're the ones they want, when they die on their headstone, like this person or on their, whatever you call it, eulogy, whatever, this person wrote this song, and it won't be the number one songs. It'll be those great, well written, like songs that hit you in the feels, not the charts, not the metrics, not the record labels paid for this one to go number one or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, those types of songs.
Well, say I've talked to several songwriters, and the thing that blows them away is, like you said, the songwriters have those songs that they just, in their head, they're freaking number one. They're gold. And then when they put them out, they don't go that far.
Yeah.
But they'll take a song that they didn't work on for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and they'll take that one song that a little bit of bourbon might have had some play in it or something like that, and they'll write a stupid, goofy-ass song, and the next thing you know, way up there, it's gone. And they wrote the thing in 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and it blows me away how all that happens.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, to have any song go number one or even close to is the dream. So I'll take anything. But like, yeah, it's fascinating that the best songs are sitting in a vault somewhere that songwriters are just sitting on, and they're so amazing, and they're so proud of these songs, but they might never get heard or never get recorded.
Well, see, that's one of my things, because I've been in the industry for a long time, and I've seen artists come and go, and they're just like, screw it, I'm done, and go back home to wherever they come from because of, a number of factors, people stealing their money, all that other good stuff. But my big thing with all that is they're songs, complete songs, and they're sitting in the back of a suitcase or a storage container or a milk carton crate, and they're in the back of a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys that thinks all those songs need to be heard.
There'll be a lot of them.
But out of all them daggone songs, you can't tell me all of them are bad.
No way. No, they'd be gems. And this is the thing, like you hear about, some songs that come back, they're 10 years old and then they go number one because they've been cut by someone or whatever. There's the songs, the hardest thing as a songwriter is like, you don't get instant, gratification, even money, like income, whatever. Because sometimes a song won't even see the light of day for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then it's suddenly like, so you've just got to keep creating and doing what you do because, it might not be tomorrow, but it might be in 10 years, and if you're not doing it, it's never going to happen. So it's like, it's an interesting.
Well, and that brought up another thing that I thought about the other day. Take and pick a song, any song, anybody out there watching, pick a song and stop and think. You love it. You think it's the greatest song ever. But before you ever heard it, how many damn times was that song sang on these bar stages and out here and everything else? And it just, it amazes me the time that song has been out.
Yeah.
And in 5 years from now, it's actually out to the masses. And then it starts going up the charts.
Yeah.
But with modern social media, people are actually able to put a lot more music out.
Yeah, and get a feel for what's going to work.
Exactly.
First.
You know, and then
good and bad.
well, I mean, you know, there's social media is a double-edged sword to me, but here I am.
Hi.
Yeah, and
Please keep watching.
exactly. You know, like, share, follow, subscribe. You know, all that good stuff. Things that you thought you'd never ever say in your life. You know, and you're throwing them out there, and it's just like, I love that artists can actually drop their music themselves.
I love that too.
Because then you can get a feel for it and all this other stuff. And then, like with you know, you've got that album coming out and you've already dropped one song off the album. And that hopefully in social media puts that drive to where people love this song and they can't wait to see what the next one is. You know, so it actually adds a lot to a bigger piece of the pie, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It's such an interesting time we're in. You know, it's so, I mean, people's attention spans are so short now. All of us. Like, I'm sitting there doom scrolling at night too. I'm one of us. We just, if it doesn't grab you in 3 seconds, it's gone.
The bad part about it, though, is it may grab you in 3 seconds, but in 10 seconds, you've already moved on to something else.
I know. And it's the action that, you know, the follow through. People might see something, but to get anyone to actually follow through with something in that moment, this is why, you know, as an artist, it's so frustrating because you don't want to spam people with your work. Like, you know, you feel like you almost have to spam people's accounts with like a sing-along video. Here's my song, singing along. You know, lip syncing, you know, and you post 15 videos before the song's even out because maybe 5 people will see the whole thing out of all of that. Maybe, you know, 10 people will watch it for 10 seconds. You know, maybe 100 people will watch 3 seconds and maybe 9 people will actually follow through and pre-save it, which is the whole point. It's
I've seen videos where some artists, they'll take just maybe a verse or two of the song and they're doing like a Facebook Live or they're, you know, dancing in their living room or doing something to just attract that attention.
Yeah.
And hope that somebody will actually pre-save and download, you know. And it just, I think it's good to a point to where the people will see that and actually appreciate that you're actually trying to be a part of what they do see. Yeah,
I think that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
And knowing that not everybody sees every single thing is refreshing because, like, if everybody saw everything, you would feel like you're spamming them. But maybe 10% of people only see some of those things. So it's like, that's why you do it.
Yeah, and of course, then there's the other side. You just kind of hope that people like the music.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's at the end of the day. We're not here to be social media. I'm not here to be a social media influencer. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I would say most artists don't want to be an influencer. You know, they're just having to do it because it's now the new medium that we have to use to promote music.
Yeah.
But what we want more than anything is for somebody to listen to our music and feel something.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about looking the part on TikTok or looking like you've got a brand or anything like that. That's actually that's the hardest part for an artist, I feel. I mean, I'm speaking on behalf of me and a few people I know, but I think it's a big conversation that artists have been having lately because there's so much expectation to be this like brand or an influencer.
Yeah.
But we just want people to like our music. We just want people to feel something and to relate. You know, when you go play and gig live, we want people to come up at the end and say, thank you for singing that song. I've been through that too. Or, you know, that reminded me of my mom, or that, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah. It's
like real human connection. And so social media sort of somewhat takes out the human connection thing in a way. But anyway, it's equally amazing as well, because it gives people this free opportunity to get their music out in the world. And, you know, at one point that didn't ever exist. So you can be a person in a bedroom in any country in the world, releasing a song, and somebody will hear it. Like that's incredible. So
yeah, it's weird for me because I remember when the internet first was introduced, and AOL and the dial-up, and
I remember the sound of the dial-up.
Yeah,
I can hear it.
all the craziness.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, weirdest freaking noises you ever heard in your life.
So weird. What even was that noise?
I have no clue.
Somebody surely sampled that and made it into like a DJ track. Like a
they
remix.
should, but they got to be careful. They might be calling somebody. You never know.
Maybe.
But it was just, I remember when MySpace first started.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing for artists and musicians. And, and then Facebook came out, which I wasn't wild about Facebook back then. I was more MySpace guy because it went with the business that I had at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I switched over to Facebook and all that. And I don't know, it's just, there's different mediums out there for all of it. And it amazes me how much of it is actually went into everyday people's lives, the influencers, the songwriters, musicians, and how it's become a big part of everyday life for a lot of people.
Yeah, for some people it is their job.
Yeah.
A lot of people it's their job. Yeah.
It amazes me.
So you have to be on it. If you're not on it, you're really far behind. Like, you're not going to get discovered without it, to be honest, like these days.
To be honest, I miss my old flip phone.
Same. Yeah, those were the days, and you could play Snake and have polyphonic ringtones.
Yeah.
You couldn't even take a photo. My dad still has a phone like that. He's like not on a smartphone. It's hilarious. He's got a brick. I mean, he's an old, farmer, so he's just got this like brick phone. I think it has an aerial antenna thing. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's like it does two things. It like calls and sends a text, but yeah, it's like it does nothing else.
Yeah.
Can't take a photo. Can't go on Facebook or anything.
Well, the bad part about it is I was back in the day where a teenager, we had the phone that was in the hallway.
Oh yeah, the landline.
Yeah.
With the coil that you got to sneak away and go into a different room.
And I ain't gonna lie, there was many a times I was on the phone talking to somebody in the hallway, and I was laying on my back in the hallway, my feet up the wall, and just, I bet there was probably 40 or 50 different positions I could get in that hallway to
That's awesome.
carry on a conversation,
Yeah, I remember that too. And, you had to be okay with your whole family hearing your conversation.
Yeah.
Because you literally had everyone, like mum's cooking in the kitchen, dad's watching the news, your sister's in the bathroom, and you're sitting there in the hallway talking to, your best friend or whatever, and you're stuck there. You can't go anywhere. So.
Oh, yeah. And you better watch what the hell you say, because one word is all it took for mom to throw something at you or come by and slap you. It was crazy.
Yeah, or your sisters would be, well, for me, my two sisters would be, chiming in, because you could always like get into the call. I don't know how, but you could like turn it on speaker or listen in or something.
Yeah.
No, I think it's when you had two. That was when it went up from like landline with a coil to like handsets that were wireless, and you'd have two, and they'd get on the other one and listen in from the other room. But you could hear them breathing, so it's like, I know you're there.
Yeah, and the minute you said something wrong, you could hear them go, Mom!
Yeah. Oh, good times. Yep.
Did y'all do a bunch of that? I've never had a brother or sister, so I was just curious because, I mean, I could just imagine somebody was getting told on. Somebody was trying to.
Definitely.
I'm the good kid. I'm the good kid.
It was fun. I mean, my sisters and I are really close in age. My middle sister's only 18 months older than me, and then my big sister's 3 years older than me. So we're all very close. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I shared a room with my middle sister, so we had bunk beds. And as we got older, we just started, fighting and scratching over the hairbrush or the bathroom. It was always like we had one bathroom in the house and 4 girls, like mum and us 3 girls. So poor dad was completely outnumbered.
Man.
But yeah, it would always be like a fight in the morning to get the bathroom before the school bus. So it'd be like, it was wild times. But we're really good friends now, but we had our moments.
I can imagine.
As you do.
I just, I feel sorry for your dad. All that estrogen running around in the house. No wonder he went into farming, so he could be out there with the animals and hanging out in peace.
Some days he'd come home very late.
Yeah.
Like, what are you really doing out there? Like, just avoiding all of us girls. No, he loved it there. I feel like him having 3 daughters completely made him, like, he's a tough farmer, rugged farmer, but he's a softie. Like, he's a complete sweetheart and softie. So, I don't know. I like to think that us girls kind of made him that way because, his dad was really tough on him and he was his son and, he had to take over the farm and he had a hard upbringing with a lot of expectations, a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. So him having us daughters just made him, super, super soft. Big cuddly bear. He looks like a scary like biker or like Santa or like a scary, he's got the goatee, the big goatee, and he's real tall and bald and he's like looks rough and scary. He'd scare away all the boyfriends that would come over,
Well, that was the whole idea.
That was the idea. Yeah. He was but then they meet him and they're like, oh, he's like a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can date him, but only because he's done the same damn thing and I can use him on the farm,
Well, yeah, sometimes they were useful. He'd get them out there working and it'd be like, oh, this is a test to see if you're good enough for my daughter. But really, he's just getting free work
well, yeah.
on the farm.
I don't blame him. I would have done it.
So I'm going to take you rock picking. That's what we had to do, picking up rock. There were a lot of rocks on our farm.
Yeah.
You'd go through the header or the scarifier or whatever and mess it up. And we had to go out and pick rocks. So he'd send him out rock picking and pulling out weeds and castor oil plants and all kinds of things. So it's a good test. They didn't all make it.
You see, just going through how you was raised and everything else and this whole EP that's coming out that you've based all this on, I can't wait to hear it all.
Thank you.
Because there's a lot of things that what I helped out with my dad, here in Nashville and going out to the friends and working on farms and stuff like that. It's that touches home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's relatable. I mean, it's personal to me, but I know so many people have, experienced it.
Yeah.
So I hope that it's relatable in that way. And it's a special project to be writing. It almost feels like I've always wanted to write an album that if somebody said, who are you as a person, as an artist, as a person, who are you? And I say, here, listen to that album.
Yeah.
Like that's the album I'm making right now. So I hope it's, everything that I can make it, but we'll see.
I think it's going to be awesome as all get out.
Thank you.
It's going to be cool. Man. I want a sneak peek. No, I'm just kidding.
Give me a sneak peek. I can do that. I'll talk to my people. All right.
Yeah, have your people call my people.
There's no people. Just me.
Did you ever think that you'd be like, have my people call your people? Well, you hear of, big time people and all that other stuff doing that stuff. I never ever thought that I would ever be like have your people call my people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not there yet, so I'll let you know when I have my people.
I'm not either. I mean, I just, you know.
Tell you what, I need people. It's definitely more than a one-person job doing this. It's a lot, so.
Yeah, the bad part about it is when you need other people, then they want money. I don't understand that.
Why? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean.
What do you mean you want to get paid for your job?
Exactly. Can't you just
I don't.
enjoy the experience with me, you know?
Yeah, I don't get paid. Why do you get paid? No, we get paid in opportunities.
Yes.
It's a great opportunity.
But look at your networking possibilities here, you know.
Yeah, you get to eat the free, canapes at the event.
Yeah, yeah. Every now and then somebody will bring you a Coke.
Yeah, there's a rider. There's some beer on the rider. What do you want?
Exactly. Yeah. Be lucky you're sharing a hotel with 5 other people. Come on. I mean, you know.
Yeah. You get the bottom bunk.
Yeah, there you go, you know. It's all the good fun stuff.
Yeah, that's so fun.
He's over laughing his ass off. Oh, as funny as I'll get out.
I don't know if he's laughing because he's like, where's my money? Do I get paid? He's like, I'm doing a job over here. I told you, there's a rider. It's in the corner.
He's taking Caitlin's pace, so he'll have to talk to Caitlin.
Yeah, talk to your people. He's actually got people.
I know, right? You didn't even. I didn't even introduce you. You didn't introduce yourself. Nothing. What's up with that?
It's not on.
It's not on.
You got to introduce him.
No, I ain't introducing him.
Okay, sorry, bye.
Number one, I'm bad with names. Huh? Yeah, probably.
That's funny.
That's just weird. Things happen. Caitlin's not here, so.
Caitlin 2.0.
Yeah, Caitlin is.
No, isn't it Nate? Natelyn. It's Natelyn.
Yeah, well, you can go with Natelyn.
Natelyn.
Yeah.
That's new.
That's new.
Yeah,
one.
I'm good with names.
Yeah, see, well, I'm glad you're
creative.
good with names. And you're good with memory, too, because you remembered a lot of stuff that we talked about at CMA Fest.
I know. I did.
Because you blowed me away in there telling me stuff, and I was like,
It's all coming back.
yeah.
I don't always remember, so it must have made an impression because sometimes I'm super forgetful. There's too many like song ideas and things going up in my brain that I forget like the important stuff.
Yeah. Well, say I'm weird. I'll pick up on phrases or something somebody says, and it'll pick up and it'll ring in my head, and then the next thing you know, do you experience this? You'll hear something, and it may be not even in the context that you heard it, and it like puts a picture in your head of what it could possibly turn into.
Oh, no, but that sounds like you should be a songwriter.
I'm not. I can't. I'm not eloquent with words. And I had to look up the word eloquent to use that word.
I don't know if I have that. I'm going to say no because I feel like if I did have that happen, I'd know straight away.
Yeah.
I don't know what the equivalent of that would be for me. Like, I'm really bad. I'm usually really bad with names, so it's a surprise. Maybe I remembered Nate because Caitlin, Natelyn, I don't know. My brain did something with the rhymes. The songwriter thing kicked in. But
Well, I can tell you the minute that Caitlin hears this, she's going to be laughing her butt off.
she's here in spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little heifer went to Indiana.
Indiana. What's in Indiana? Where is that?
Evansville, Indiana. It's that way. And
That way.
yeah, that way. Southwest Indiana, I believe it is. Evansville is. It's kind of right there on the border of Kentucky and
Oh, not too far.
yeah, I think it's like a 3-hour drive or something like that. It's not that far. But that's where her mom and dad lives.
Just
So
a Sunday drive.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, I said I went to Dollywood the other day. Gatlinburg, what a place. That was really cool. I'm yet to get out and explore America. I mean, it's, I'm trying to work out my life here in Nashville, but I'm really excited to travel more of America because I haven't seen, I've seen LA and New York and a few like staple places, but I want to go out in the thick of it and see like the little towns and like places like Gatlinburg. That was so random. Oh, it was really cool.
But it's cool to go to.
So cool. Yeah.
I mean, you could actually do several weekends in a row just going out there and still not see everything.
No, well, we stayed one night. I've got a friend visiting from Australia, so I've got the tourist, the tour guide cap on. Like, yeah, we're going to go to Dollywood. We went out for a day, stayed the night, and then did Gatlinburg, but I had to get back for a gig a couple of nights ago. So we didn't spend much time in Gatlinburg, but I want to go back because there was so much, and Pigeon Forge. Like, it's really cool. Cool place.
It's awesome as I'll get up.
Yeah.
You going to make Nashville home for a while?
My hope is to do that. It depends on visas and things like that and how well I can survive, to be honest. I'd like to be here Well, I want to stay here. I'd like to split my time between here and Australia eventually, mostly be based here. If you asked me where would I buy a house, I would say Nashville. And then I would just travel back to Australia maybe twice a year for the summer to do some festivals and touring. But yeah, I want to be here. I want to be riding and touring America and really sinking my teeth in here. So
well, I mean, it's I don't know how that whole thing works, but somebody told me that you could actually do a dual citizenship where you're citizen here, citizen there.
Yep. It's a bit of a process to get to that. You got to do the visas, the working visas and things first. You can get a green card, and then citizenship is like a lot later than that. You do the tests, and I think you have to be here for a certain amount of time before you can even qualify for that.
Okay.
Yeah. But eventually, I've got a lot of Australian friends who live here and are dual citizens.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be great. It would solve a lot of hassles.
Well, yeah. But as much as Americans love the Australian accent, which I had fun at CMA Fest because I had several Australians on, including you. And one guy I said was Australian, but he was actually Scottish. Oopsie.
No, that's very different. That's a very different accent.
Very different.
Very different.
He wasn't too keen on the kilt question either, but
I can only imagine what you asked.
It was just he's in Nashville playing songs and stuff. I just asked him, "Do you ever wear the kilt on stage?"
Oh, well, that's very much more PG
Simple.
than what I was imagining.
Yeah, I didn't. I started to. Don't get me wrong. I started to because I was curious, but I don't think I did. I might have to go back and watch that. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I don't think I did though. Caitlin would know that answer.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a lot of fun, but it's crazy how everything. And the one thing I do love so much about CMA Fest and getting to meet a lot of you artists is I get to meet very talented artists, and I get to develop a friendship and having conversations with them and get y'all later on the shows. And we can get so much more in depth with everything that's going on. And I'm so proud of you of coming over here and everything that you've been doing.
Thank you.
It means a lot to a lot of people just to listen to your music.
Thank you. That's all that matters, really, is that people like it, care or find some meaning in it to them. Yeah. That's
because
the whole reason we do it.
I'm one of those guys. I love music. Has helped me out so much in my life through breakups. We used to go when I was younger. We would go out four-wheeling, bonfires.
Yeah.
And hell, we were cranking up Hank Williams Jr. and living the life, And I can't actually say what part music did not have an influence on my life at all.
Oh, it's so important. And it's like, it's part of the time capsule of like all your memories, you know,
Yeah.
is the music you were listening to at the time. It
Oh, yeah.
completely takes you back to that moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so important. Some of my favorite memories, I mean, I've got so many memories obviously because I am a musician, but some of my favorite memories are to do with concerts or festivals or whatever outside of me being an artist, you know.
Yeah.
Me just going, you know, going
yeah.
to these gigs.
Well, it's like my first concert was a Kiss concert
Oh, that's cool.
back in 1977,
That's cool.
long time ago.
Yeah.
But when my kids got old enough, their first concert that I took them to was a Kiss concert.
That's cool.
And it was just a kind of full circle type thing, you know. I love that. You remember your first concert?
Yeah, I mean, because I sort of started in music, I kind of saw a lot of gigs at festivals and things that I was at,
Yeah.
I guess. But I have memories of, I actually got to do like the foyer entertainment at the old Sydney Entertainment Centre
Okay.
when I was younger. And I got to get tickets to a lot of the gigs that came through. And one of them was actually Dolly Parton's.
Oh, sweet.
I have seen Dolly at the Sydney Entertainment Centre. That's a really memorable one. But I think one of my first concerts, you know, that I actually paid the tickets and went away and, you know, went to the gig was Keith Urban.
Yeah.
So in Brisbane. So I've been seeing him for a long time. But and a lot of Australian artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few like John Williamson, Troy Cassadaly. But I don't know if you've heard of many Australian artists. But.
You know, Keith Urban's kind of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know.
Well, they're icons, you know, that John Williamson is such an icon in Australia and yeah, he's somebody that I saw at a young age and I've been able to sing with him as well. You might, I don't know if you've heard the song True Blue. Have you heard that song, Australian song? True Blue isn't me and you. It's
can't-
mom and dad.
I can't remember if I have or not.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, it's very iconic in Australia, but
I will write it down for my, I need to pull it up.
yeah, it's kind of one of the unofficial national anthems of Australia.
Look and give him a little part.
True Blue, you got to know that one. When you talk to all the Aussies, you got to say, True Blue,
Yeah.
John Williamson. What does that mean to you?
John Williamson.
Yeah, he's an icon.
I'm even going to write that down. Icon. Ta-da! I'll check that out and look it up. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, when's your next show?
Next show. Well, I've been kind of finding my feet here, so I haven't really been touring. I've been recording in the thick of recording the album. So apart from doing, you know, songwriter rounds and things
Yeah.
like that, I've recently done a couple. I was saying before to Natelyn,
Natelyn.
the Rebel Rouser rounds. I've been joining the Women of Country, do some rounds. So
Yeah.
at the moment, I'm kind of just popping up here and there, but I have plans when the album comes out next year to do some touring. So
That'll be cool.
yeah, that'll be the time that I get back in and plan some shows and do some.
Yeah, and you always advertise on social media when you're
Definitely.
going to do a round and stuff like that. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, always.
everybody can find you.
Yes.
That'll be cool as all get out. Yeah. So do me a favor. Tell everybody out there where they can find you.
Okay, so you can find me right here on the David Bradley Show.
Oh, you're so funny. You're hilarious.
You can find me on Instagram, Melanie_Dyer. But I have to say in America, Dyer.
Yeah.
They're like, Dyer? What's that? So Dyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my website is melaniedyer.com.au and Facebook, Melanie Dyer Music. Everywhere. If you type in Melanie Dyer, you're probably going to find me somewhere. Just Google.
Yeah, hopefully it'll just pop up.
It should just pop up. But if not, just chuck on Australian at the end and you'll find me.
Yeah. Hell of an Australian singer. You know, it'll pop right up.
True Blue.
There you go. True Blue. That's awesome. I love it. Melanie, thank you so much for being on, honey. This has been so much fun.
It's been so fun. Thanks for having me.
It's been great to reconnect with you and find out everything that you've been doing. And I'm really, really looking forward to the new album. So
Thank you. I'll send you a copy as soon as it's done.
hey, you know, I will be putting it on play is all I can tell you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. This has been fun.
hopefully I won't fall asleep while I'm trying to listen to it.
No, you do that, don't you? Apparently.
Apparently,
It's not my music, surely.
no, it's not you at all. It's this is funny. The first year I did CMA Fest, I was so cram packed that I was trying to do research at night for the next day. Mm-hmm. And I was falling asleep trying to do the research because I was so wore out, tired.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it's just, that's one thing I really hope that a lot of people do understand is when you're in the music industry, everybody just thinks you get up there and you sing and you go home. No.
That would be lovely.
That's the dream.
That's the 5%.
But I mean, even with, the music industry, the podcast, all the things that I do, 5 hours a night sleep is about all I get because I'm so cram-packed all the time with everything that I'm up to. And if you're in the music industry, unless you're a big mega star, you got a day job, you got to work because you got bills that have got to get paid. So it's hard sometimes juggling all that and getting everything together and doing what you got to do.
Yeah, there's a lot to it for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what kills me when you hear somebody say, you just play me. Dude, you have no freaking idea what these people go through. I'm telling you.
Say that to my fingers that are nearly bleeding from playing gigs.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played the same song 1,000 times in the past 6 months.
Yes.
Tell me again how I'm not working. All right. Melanie, thank you again so much for being on. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, it has.
And everybody, please go look up Melanie Dyer. Check out her stuff. And it's you're going to be very, very pleasantly surprised. And with the new music that's coming out, the album she's working on, it's going to touch home for so many people out there. If you've ever baled hay, if you've ever worked on a farm, if, you was raised up on a farm and your granddaddy was teaching you about music or guitars and stuff, but the work still had to be done, people. It just had to be done. So we're thankful for all that. And we're going to get out of here. Remember, like, share, follow, subscribe. Go to my website, www.thedavidbradleyshow.com. It's getting cold outside. Trust me. Go to the merch up top. Click on it, and you're going to find my hoodies cheaper than anybody else, and they are fabulously comfortable because I actually tried on every item of clothing before I actually said, okay, let's use that. Go to Melanie's. You got merch, Melanie?
I do.
Sweet.
It's back in Australia, so it would be a bit hard. Well, it's not impossible. I can get it over here. Go there. Go and have a look.
Yeah, exactly. Just go check it out. Buy some merch from Melanie and all of your favorite artists. Help these guys out because merch helps. Ticket sales helps. If you see them in a club and there's a tip jar out front, make sure you throw a tip in there for them because it all helps out. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Remember that. Melanie, wave at everybody. See y'all.
Bye, guys.
Love you. Mean it. Bye.